The South Winn Coach Conversation brought to you by Becker Hardware and Dave's Collision Shop, recapping last week's loss to North Winn for South Winn with head coach Jason Ohrt. And you talked about the challenge of facing the Lynx last week. Were they everything as advertised?
Yeah, they were. Their passing game really, once you get onto the field, it's a lot faster than what you see on film, and it's really hard to replicate in practice. I thought we had a good practice week preparing. We knew what concepts they were going to run. They just flat out executed really well. Quarterback played outstanding. The receivers ran really good routes, and they really did a nice job of blocking and maintaining their blocks in the screen game.
And from your perspective, what were the lessons your team needs to take from last Friday night's game moving forward?
Well, we're a young team, and I think we might have been a little nervous coming out of the gate, just a little uncertain of ourselves, whether or not we belong. I think we got to try to do a better job of getting our kids a little bit more loose as coaches, and we're going to address that. Because you could tell they were really timid and really nervous going into the game. And unfortunately, with a team like that, that's going to get you down real quick in a hurry. And all of a sudden it's 13-0. We had a really nice drive at that point. Had a good play call, just missed the 4th and 3 play. And you can't keep giving that team extra chances to score. And unfortunately, from that point on, we started to turn the ball over a little bit, and we got ourselves down real fast.
And where's that happy medium as you prepare for an opponent like that of letting your team know the challenge that you're facing, but at the same time, giving them the confidence and the encouragement to say, you know what, we get to put 11 on the field at the same time too.
Yeah, and a lot of that comes from, unfortunately, a lot of that you don't get until you watch the film, after the game. And, we pointed a lot of things out to our kids. It's like, hey, look, if we're just communicating a little bit better, if we're seeing things a little bit faster, things are going to be there for us. I really thought that in the second half that we really picked things up. I think we calmed ourselves down a lot. We had some nice drives. We were able to finish one in the second half, and our kids are still learning. They're getting better. I know in a 42-7 loss, it's hard to sometimes see that, but they are getting better, and we're going to be okay.
And this week, you got Wapsi Valley coming to town. You talked about the challenge of facing a really good team in North Winn last week. Wapsi Valley, a little bit more perhaps a traditional opponent, a pretty good rival between you guys in football. Do you believe that your kids will kind of have that better mindset, knowing the fact that this is a team that you're used to facing and you've had success against?
Yeah, that'll help to some extent. I think the main thing is just for us is just trying to go back and look at the things that we've done well so far this season and continue to grow from that standpoint. Our defense had been playing really well, but we got a little exploited in the passing game, so we just got to patch that up. I still really like where we're at as a run defense. Wapsi Valley is a very strong running football team right now. And we got our work cut out for us in that department, but I think our kids are going to rise to the occasion as far as playing good run defense Friday night.
And what you mentioned, the run game from Wapsi Valley, what else impresses you in your study of them on film?
Just how fundamentally sound they are, and they always are. They don't make mistakes. They're going to grind you. They're okay. They're a lot like us as far as the mentality that's okay if we get 4 or 5 yards. Let's play the next play. Not every play has to be an explosive 25, 30-yard play. And they're really good at protecting the football. You're not going to see them turn it over much. And so we're really going to have to play great first and second down defense to put them in third and long situations, where I think if we can get to that aspect, I think we're going to be a lot more comfortable when we're out there. And offensively, we just got to finish. Too many times in the game last week, we were missing those second level blocks or not maintaining them like we did in the previous weeks. And so if we can do that, we're going to be able to have an offensive, a good offensive night. I think it's just a matter of just executing and finishing and maintaining.
And seemingly it's one of those weeks where you talked about the keys to having success against Wapsi Valley. Wapsi Valley's probably talking the same keys against you guys, right?
Yeah, obviously they're going to want to try and get the ball out of our offense's hand, because there's one thing that we do really well right now as a team, and that's grind clock. And if we're moving the chains, we've got a chance. And so I'm sure they're going to try to do the best they can to get us in 3rd and long. That's a down that we're not great at right now, and just because of our design of our offense. But we're going to do the best we can to not put ourselves in that position.
All right, Coach. Hopefully you can get back on the winning track. Keep your guys healthy. We wish best of luck.
All right. Thank you, Darren.
South Winn coach Jason Ohrt, brought to you by Becker Hardware and by Dave's Collision Shop.